just wanna play. I wanna sing my song. I just wanna run, not be gone too long. 'Cause this time is precious still. I wanna keep it close to me. I'm wishing on a star to make more time to see. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold, 'cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now, and then you'll find out how to keep dreaming. You can always dream. No one's taken that from you. Only you can see it through, just like the way you do. So feed it from your soul and weigh it from both sides. The fulcrum and the tides will give direction that you'll know. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold, 'cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now, and then you'll find out how to keep dreaming. When you make the time, it's a game of give and take. When the balance is at stake, you need to take a look inside. Look deep into your heart and remember how it feels. It's where the answer lies and tells you what is real. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold, 'cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now, and then you'll find out how to keep dreaming.
Good morning, Celebration Center. Okay, just had a last minute note to make there. Okay, let's all take a breath together. Some days start differently than you expect. We lost our power this morning. It was fixed before we left the house, but in the meantime, I was like, I hadn't printed out my notes. I stayed at a place of peace and was able to get it done, but I know that there was a little stress there. So welcome. And my name's Jen Fay. I'm one of the practitioners here. I'll be the host and the practitioner and the speaker. Which we're calling a new year, new energy, new ways of being. Have you made your I don't really like New Year's resolutions. I prefer intentions. And we will talk a little bit about that, but just thinking about the big question is for this year for me is how do I want to feel? Because if I'm feeling the way I want to feel, then probably everything else is in alignment. Yeah. Just want to mention that our theme, the Centers for Spiritual Living theme for 2026 is open at the top. I've been talking about this the last few months before I even knew that theme because, as I said last month, it's my superpower. Let's take a moment to appreciate those who are helping to create this service. So let's give a thank you to Ivor and Nico in the sound booth. Yay! And to Eli Lev, our musician. I'm not going to call you a guest musician. You're part of the family. Home musician, yes. Yay! And to me, yay! Just so you know, this service is being recorded to be watched later if you choose to review it again, or if you missed it, here we are. So in the context of that open at the top, the reason that Ernest Holmes used that phrase so much is because he believed that science of mind is a living teaching, which means it can expand. It is not bound by anything but spiritual principles. Those are a constant, but he believed that we should continue to explore and open to new discoveries and embrace them as they resonate with us. To cultivate curiosity, to embrace doubt as a part of our path, and to trust that there is always a greater illumination awaiting us, that there's always more to the story, there's always more to life, and to live in that sense of new possibilities and expansiveness. And the wonderful what ifs. Now, normally what ifs in our society, when somebody says what if, it's not necessarily a good thing. They're looking at the not wanted outcomes. But if we live in the possibilities of what if in opening to amazing things, that's where I want to live. Okay. This idea of open at the top also embraces our global vision, which is creating a world that works for all. All right. So let's see. So this month, for the month of January, we are encouraged to embrace the nature of the divine and humanity and of the synchronicities that enrich our lives. It's time now to put into practice by living in alignment with principle. So that's another thing that I adore, our synchronicities. To me, they just make life seem magical. And for this Sunday, we are taught that the entire universe conspires for our good. And I hope that you feel that way. I know there's times when it doesn't feel that way. And boy, if you look at the outer world, it may not feel that way today. But big picture, if we could see the big picture, we would see that the universe is truly conspiring for our good. All right. On that note, I'm going to turn it over to Eli to share his magic music.
Thank you so much. Happy to be back as the home musician. I love that. That's very cool. And I'm going to start off this kind of experience with a melody from a native flute. It's made of cedar and just wood and air and spirit. And the cool thing is that I actually don't know what I'm playing yet. So we're going to create it together. So if you're here in this room or if you're online, you can send in whatever energy you like, and we'll create this piece together to get us going for this experience in this new year. Here we go.
Thank you. That was awesome. So let me tell you a little more about Eli Lev. He's an award-winning songwriter who has an empathic writing style and infectious folk-based sensibility, which has been his universal passport to our collective hearts. The Maryland-based artist released his epic debut, 4 Directions, but he also has new CDs he has CDs to sell today. 4 Directions, which compile 4 conceptual EPs into one 20-song statement. The indigenous traditions he learned during his time as a 8th grade English teacher on the Navajo Nation reservation in North Arizona were his inspirations for this critically acclaimed project. Together, the series imaginatively connects generations within the body of work that is irresistibly uplifting, emotionally resonant, and down-to-earth authentic. He creates heartfelt lyrics. He seeks to promote healing and inspiration while bringing people together through his music. We're so blessed to have you here today. All right. I think that would be fascinating. I have a fascination with American Indians, and that you got to spend that kind of time with them. I'd love to hear all about it. Okay, so if you have a prayer request, there are many ways to make that request. We have cards on the table over there. We have a website where you can click Request Affirmative Prayer. You can ask me after service if you'd like a prayer and you're in person. And it's an interesting thing, this spiritual mind treatment, that Science of Mind that Ernest Holmes formulated, because it's a treatment for the mind. Because our minds can be our best friends or our worst enemies. And so when we give this mind a spiritual message to chew on, we do far better. Please join me in our purpose statement. We are celebrating spirit within and knowing the oneness of all life. So this quote I want to read you today comes from Heidi Hunt's book, Earth's Pulse, tuning into the Schumann resonance for collective harmony, a cosmic guide to aligning with Earth's heartbeat, group energy, and emotional vibrations. And she writes, "The Earth sings in a frequency that heals. To stand barefoot on the ground is to plug into the greatest charging station in the solar system." I know many of you heard me talk about the concept of earthing and putting bare feet on the ground, and how many benefits, and how I was just telling Eli that in the book Earthing, they think a lot of the health problems that we have today started when they developed synthetic soled shoes, because the frequencies of the earth were no longer getting into our feet. We weren't grounded. Interesting thing to think about. Okay, we're ready for another song.
So I was checking out the description of kind of what you're working with here, and I saw that the book "Braiding Sweetgrass" was part of just like the recommendations, and it's a beautiful book. And I actually read it just a few months ago, which is fantastic. And the book talks about how nature as our teacher and a way to connect with that resonance. And this song, I feel like, kind of embodies that idea of nature as teacher, and giving us exactly what we need when we need it. This song is called "Oh My Lord," and it's about kind of how I relate to nature as a spiritual teacher, and I hope you enjoy it too. "Oh my Lord, it's been quiet on this mountain. I ain't seen the ocean for days on end. My heart has been hardened by the rocks, they've been guarding me. Only the sea can cleanse me again. Oh my Lord, please protect me on my journey. May you watch over me, days of high and low. Let me sleep in safety, wake with all my wits about. find you in the sunrise, and thank you before I go. I have wandered through the valleys, I've been loved by the sky, abandoned by the deserts on those cold, starry nights, all to find you waiting in the blue sunrise, all to find you waiting in the blue, just before the sunrise. Oh, my Lord, my feet are planted in your ocean. Your waves rush over me in my shivering skin. The sun, it comes to warm me, and the wind, it howls before me. I come to be in your breath again. I know my journey's never over. As long as I'm alive, you'll see me through the darkness and out to the other side, all to find you waiting in the blue sunrise, all to find you waiting in the blue, just before, in that blue, just before, oh, in that blue, just before the sunrise. Sun's gonna rise.
Thank you, Eli. So the theme today, divine mind and maple syrup, are a reference to grading sweetgrass, and one of the stories in there about how when the indigenous populations would tap the maple trees, it wasn't syrup that they got. It was this watery, sweet liquid, and it required heating it to to create the syrup, to allow a lot of the moisture to evaporate in order to get that real maple syrup like we see today. And so there's a lesson in the universe provides, and we still have to work. And I took a little different spin off of that theme, focusing more on that the universe conspires for our good. And I actually titled this talk, How Physics Stole the Mystery and Mysticism. And you'll see what I mean as I go. So last week we did that releasing ceremony where we let go of whatever to make room for what's next. This week, beginning a new year, now we want to embrace and embody what's next, and to have intentions made from, as I said earlier, how do you want to feel? That, to me, that's the real key. Because if we're feeling good, if we're feeling uplifted, if we're feeling connected to life, it's probably the other details will probably take care of themselves. So it's that feeling place, and feeling, emotional feeling, is the energy of the universe. So in this conspiring notion, another way to look at deciding your intentions would be your personal values. What has meaning for you? What matters? And And so I'm going to give you a little homework that you could go online and find. There's lists of values, just pages, and go through that list and just check off the ones. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, maybe that fits for this year. Oh, I haven't looked at that one for a while. That one matters to me. And then be with it. Be with those qualities and honor them in a way that you're not only setting intentions, but intentions for actions that support the experience of those qualities in your life. And then anticipate that the universe is listening and willing to surprise you with wonder and delight about what those intentions are about. So it could be a daily practice, each day just opening to those values, those intentions, feeling grateful, receptive, open. The other piece that was mentioned somewhere in today with the conspiracy, it's a conspiracy, the universal conspiracy of support for us is synchronicities. And I had several this week, which often happens the week I'm planning to speak because the universe knows she needs some ideas. And so I heard an interview by Dr. Vivek Murthy, who was our Surgeon General a few years ago. And he wrote a book in 2020 after touring around the United States and talking to people. Part of his job is to kind of put his thumb on the pulse of the country and to realize, okay, what are the health issues? What's going on in this country? What's affecting our health? And he had a real interesting conclusion. If you didn't hear this back then, the conclusion he found was loneliness. This is a real problem in this country. And it's probably not just this country, it's probably everywhere. And the title of his book is Together, The Healing Power of Human Connection in a Sometimes Lonely World. And it explores the loneliness and it highlights the power of relationships in various aspects of life, from personal health to work performance. And he makes some recommendations he calls it the 5 for 5 challenge, where you daily connect, thinking about the people that you love, and you spend time for just by yourself, just thinking about these people and being grateful. And then it just takes 1 minute to text someone, or call someone. Reaching out, that those little things can make a difference in our lives. And they can contribute to a sense of well-being. And beyond that challenge, he emphasized making time for loved ones. And when you do, to be fully present. Eli and I were talking before service about, and actually Dr. Vivek mentioned going to his alma mater, and he's at this college and he's in the union where, they have the food and people meet and talk. The way it was when he was there, he said, it was always very noisy. He went in and it was full of people, but it was quiet. They were all on their devices. It's like, wow. And Eli told me that the thing with young people today, and I'm not picking on anybody, but is they get together, but they're on their phone, they're on their devices, they're on their phones, and I guess they share what's on their phone, what they're seeing. I'm not sure. It's a different world, and I trust that it's working for them. So to get together with people and not have distractions, and also to spend time connecting with yourself, to give yourself the gift of solitude. So, during this interview with the doctor, it was a kind of platform where people could call in, and this man called in and shared a story about a few years ago, 3 years ago, he had lost his wife, and he had just felt really lonely since then. And so he finally decided, he needed to make a change. So he moved into one of these senior residential facilities. And he said it did. It changed his life. He had weekly card games and people to dine with. But the most important piece for him was helping other people. He was taking people to the grocery store and doctor's appointments, and that was one of his values, was to be of service. So it speaks to how important it is to connect and help each other, to be in community the way we are here. Another synchronicity for me this week was a story about the rabbit effect. Are you familiar with the rabbit effect? So there were researchers that were studying heart disease, and they had groups of rabbits that were, one group was here, another group, different places they were being cared for. And they were being fed high-fat diets. And of course, they expected a uniform result at the end. But no, one group was very healthy. And one group had healthier blood vessels and fewer fatty deposits. And it was because of the way they were treated. This was not planned. It just happened to be that the person taking care of those rabbits loved animals. And this person would talk to the rabbits and pet the rabbits, and that made a big difference in their health. And so, they replicated this research project, same thing. So, it wasn't just a fluke. And so the conclusion is that, social interaction, kindness, those are things that can contribute to good health outcomes, not just for rabbits, for everyone. So the other way I wanted to talk about the universe conspiring to support us. Some of you, I mentioned with my quote, I mentioned if you had ever heard of earthing or the Schumann resonance. And I'm reading a book right now called, this is by Heidi, well, I said the title before, The Earth's Pulse. Tuning into Schumann resonance for collective harmony, the cosmic guide to aligning with Earth's heartbeat, group energy, and emotional vibrations. And so if you've ever spent the day at the beach, bare feet in the sand, when you leave, you feel better. And maybe you just think, oh, it's the ocean, it's the beauty. It may be the Schumann resonance coming off of the earth. So, so this is a rhythm that has been here probably longer than humanity. And it moves through us. And, it sounds like a poetic metaphor or maybe even mystical, but it's not. It's physics. It is pure physics. And so direct skin contact to the earth does things like reduces cortisol levels by 21%. So as it turns out, our planet Earth is an active participant in our well-being. The Schumann resonance is a very low frequency. It's only 7.83 averaging, which is very weak. It's a very weak frequency. But it's created by a symphony of global lightning strikes that create energy that vibrates between the Earth and the ionosphere. I think I'm saying that right. And it's like a cosmic drumbeat. And what's astonishing isn't that this frequency exists, but that our biology seems to dance to that rhythm in a good way, that it helps us. And if you if you're aware of the electromagnetic stuff that's going on from technology and Wi-Fi and all that, putting your bare feet on the earth can ground you in a way that allows our bodies to release all of that excess energy. You know, the people that say, I don't have enough energy, I don't have excess energy to release. But there's different kinds of energy. And so it could be that the energy that's not natural in the world is what's making us tired. This frequency also is found very similarly in our brain's alpha and theta waves. And those are the states where we have this relaxed focus, creative flow. It's this Schumann frequency resonance is a similar hum to that vibration in our brain. So this suggests that we are hardwired for harmonic resonance with our planet. NASA also can attest to this because they found that astronauts, after they'd been in outer space for a certain amount of time, they started to not feel so good. They felt disoriented and had some emotional stress. And so it wasn't until they brought in artificial Schumann resonance frequency generators onto the spaceships that they normalized how they felt. Yeah. So the electromagnetic field on a personal level, there are studies done by HeartMath Institute. HeartMath Institute has probably been around for, 25, 30 years now. And they study the heart, because we have the technology today in modern science to measure electromagnetic fields, they study the electromagnetic field of the heart. And so some of these ancient practices that have been around forever, we attribute them to spiritual principle and mysticism and, again, physics. Hey, I like the mystical stuff, but it's very fascinating that a lot of these things, all of a sudden, science is saying, nope, it's physics. So group practices that synchronize heart rhythms cause the electromagnetic fields to merge in a unified pattern. And this is not this is not only benefit the participants in the study, but those waves of energy, positive energy, life-affirming energy flow out into the universe, into the world. When individuals align with high-frequency emotional states or a shared purpose, or even synchronizing our breath, the heart rhythms also harmonize in a collective coherence. This is measurable because we can measure electromagnetic fields. So the human heart generates the strongest bioelectric field in the body. And in our society, boy, we're all about the brain, aren't we? It's okay. We can learn new things and find out that it's really the heart that's in charge here. So when people focus on the same emotional quality, it's like tuning several radios to the same station. It gets stronger, the sound gets stronger and clearer. The individual fields overlap and become stronger, create unified field. This means our collective energy isn't just perceived, it's not just a perceived backdrop, a passive backdrop. It's an active force that shapes reality. Emotions are the currency of collective energy. High frequency emotions like compassion and gratitude are like a tuning fork that bring everyone into alignment. So I thought we would take a few minutes to have a little experiment, experiential activity. Rather than me just telling you about it. Let's see if we can experience some of this. So I want to bring you back before we start to intentions. Intentions for 2026. How do you want to feel? Those could be values, those could be qualities, but just take a moment. And so I invite you to take a breath. And another one, let's do it all together, inhaling. And imagine a place in nature that you would love to be. And it's a day that is warm enough to take your shoes off. You have bare feet on the ground. Imagine invisible roots growing down from your feet into the earth's core. I invite you to place your left hand on your lower abdomen to connect with the physical realm, and the right hand on your heart to connect with the body's energy centers. Inhaling through your nose and briefly hold, and imagine a golden light rising from the earth up your spine. And then exhale and imagine light flowing down from the crown of your head to your feet, like sap moving to the roots of a tree. Another inhale through the nose, briefly hold. Imagine light from the earth coming up all the way up to the crown of your head. Exhale. That light, that energy flowing from the crown down to your feet like sap. And one more breath. Inhaling, energy flowing up. Holding. Exhaling. Moving down to the feet. Next, I invite you to visualize your heartbeat as a pulsing circle of light. Imagine that electromagnetic field around your heart like a pulsing circle of light. As you imagine this light, think of one thing you are grateful for. And silently say to yourself, I am grateful for, you fill in the blank. Still focusing on that electromagnetic field, that circle of light, one more thing you're grateful for. And silently say, I am grateful for whatever it is. And next, considering this concept of oneness, we are connected to everyone in this room as a member of the human family. Imagine the circle of light around your heart and say to yourself, I am part of something infinite. I emanate compassion to everyone here. Connecting with that heart energy. I am a part of something infinite. I emanate compassion for everyone here and all beings everywhere. Next, imagine these circles of light around your heart. They hold the intentions for 2026. And as you think about these intentions, how you want to feel, that circle of light expands. It's like your heart is excited by what's next. And as everyone's heart circle, this light expands. It fills the room. These circles, they overlap each other. They swell, holding all of our intentions together. You might imagining this light becoming brighter, taking on beautiful hues of color, and moving beyond this room. And lastly, imagine someone you love standing before you. See how their energy field, their circle of light, is glowing all around their heart. And as you feel this sense of love and gratitude, your energy, your circle expands, and their circle expands, and the edges of the circles, they touch, and they blend. It's almost like watercolors mixing together. And you may want to invite others into this beautiful experience, family, friends, ancestors, animals. They each add their unique light, their hue to this collective glow. Creating intricate geometric patterns. Anchor these feelings, this energy, this gratitude, this compassion. Anchor it in your being, your body. It is part of you. It is with you always. You can come back to this moment anytime just by connecting with your heart. So bringing your awareness back to this room. Feel your body, your feet, your hands. So here's as the book says, the kicker. Your energy doesn't just affect you and your immediate circle. Waves keep going outward into the world. And so it suggests that we ask ourselves, what frequency am I emitting? Emitting into the world, what frequency? Making a choice about the frequencies that we emit. And to pause throughout the day. Take a conscious breath, connect with your heart. Remember the earth. And exhale any tension into that earth space. It also encourages us to plan ahead. So as you look at your day, you know you're going to be with someone. Plan ahead. What frequency do you want to emit in that encounter? So thank you for your attention and participation in this. I feel like we've created some really nice sacred space here. Let's pray. There is one life that is emanating a frequency right here, right now. It is the energy of love and peace and joy and all those high vibrations, wisdom and light, compassion, gratitude. It flows through each of us, for we each are expressions of the divine. And from that place of connection, awareness, life feels softer. And our hearts feel lighter. And in this moment, we just turn over any concerns to that one life. And do our part in emanating a frequency of peace to the world, of prosperity to the world, of generosity, of kindness, compassion, of caring. Knowing that the smallest acts of kindness can make huge changes. And being grateful, that gratefulness practice daily, moment by moment, sometimes is what I need. What am I grateful for in this moment? There's always something. We can always find something. And it's from this place of a grateful heart that I am grateful for this community, for everyone who's here today, everyone who's online today, that we include them into our circle of light. And anyone who watches this service later, they too are included. And so I simply release these words into that universal law that's paying attention to the frequency we emit. And it says yes. And so it is. And we have another song from Eli. Yay.
That was beautiful. And I've got just the song to continue those vibrations. The song is called Water, and it's a song of gratitude. We'll start for the physical world and all of its supplies for us. Tell me I got water. Tell me I got bread. Tell me I got shelter and a place to lay my head. Never been so far out on my own. Never been so high, never felt so alone. Tell me I got water. Tell me I got bread. Tell me I got shelter and a place to lay my head. Never been so far out on my own. Never been so high, never felt so alone. Yes, some days I feel like a motherless child. Some days I feel so much joy I could cry. Now we're bringing our friends and family and community. And tell me all my family are safe and sound. I can feel their love the whole world round. And all my friends that I hold dear shine on like diamonds, so clear. Yes, some days I feel like a motherless child. Some days I feel so much joy I could cry. Some days I feel like a motherless child. Some days I feel so much joy I could cry. It's a good chance to apply that beautiful exercise we just did and see if we can bring back that vibration of how we want to show up in gratitude, in kindness, in connection. Some days I feel so much joy I could cry.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So in fact, I forgot to mention that. So what got me started on this Schumann resonance thing was Pathways. We were at Pathways, and there was one of the booths, a woman. She wasn't selling a device, but she had one there, and she showed it to us. And you can own one if you want. You can talk to me afterwards, but it puts out a frequency, and you can change the frequencies. And I do think it is making a difference for me. No. It just puts out the frequency in the room. Yeah, no, it's not like putting your feet to the earth. Good question. Okay, so let's. I don't see any new people today, but we celebrate new people. There may be new people online. If you are new online, please let us know. Let us hear from you. Put your name in the chat and how you found us and how we're doing. There are guests. There's a guest card. If you click the QR code and fill it out, we can stay in touch with you, and you can receive our wonderful newsletter. Announcements. We have our Power of 8 Healing Circle today after service at about 12:15. That is in person and online. So if you want to join us and experience some of this resonance that we do it regularly. This is once a month in person, but we're online on Tuesday evenings at 7:30 on Zoom every week. Next week, we have Reverend Jim Lockard. He's a wonderful speaker. And we also have in person our cookies and coffee and conversations. And this coming Wednesday evening, we will have a discussion on Zoom at 7 o'clock about our music program, because we're making a few shifts and changes to that, and would welcome people's input. And now it is time to share our gifts. And so if you are, just know that you are a gift. just your presence here today is a gift. And so many of us share from not only financial, but time, talent, and service. It's a wonderful thing. And so join me in being grateful for this community and what this community offers. We get fed here on so many levels: social, emotional, spiritual, physical, just it's the rabbit effect. And so there's many ways to give financially. There's a basket on the table over there if you're in person. You can click the QR code. You can go to our website, celebrationcenter.org, and click the give button. And also on our website is the physical address if you want to mail us a check. So please join me in our affirmation for offertory. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so we just bless the generosity and the prosperity and all of the goodness of life that each of us experiences. We share from that goodness. We share from the overflow of what we have, knowing that it is a joyful thing to share. And so it is. Okay, we have a closing song and then our closing affirmations.
Jen and I were also talking about how not only is putting our feet in the ground and being around these vibrations and resonances, but singing. Vibration is also healthcare. So we're gonna do a little vibrational vocal song, and I'll get us started. Don't worry, it's nice and easy. And if you just want to mouth the words, that's okay. And if you just want to make any kind of vibration, that's also okay. Because as a singer, I looked at the science on this as well. When I sing, it's actually activating these vibrations that help my white blood cells actually be stronger right here and all the way down to the vagus nerve. So it's pretty cool. So this song is called Treason, and it's essentially about being more in alignment, finding a way to be in alignment with ourselves through the ground and through the sky, and being in that kind of cosmic vessel that we find ourselves in. So all these songs I have with me. If you'd like some listenables or wearables, come see me after the event. I'd love to connect with you and have a conversation. Here we go. I've been thinking this is treason, what I've been doing with my life. My contributions to the system have been minimal at best. There's another power that I'm after. It's coming straight from my chest. That's why I take my soul down to the river. I hold my head up to the sky. I take my soul down to the river. I hold my head up to the sky. I've been thinking this is treason, what I've been doing with my life. The holy empire and the shiny weapons have no power here. Chutes and ladders, the fame and dollars have all been scattered into the air. That's why I take my soul down to the river. I hold my head up to the sky. All right, try it with me. I take my soul down to the river. That's it. Hold my head up. Hold my head up to the sky. Nice. We'll come back to that. Woo.
treason. What I've been doing with my life. There's another power that I'm after. It's taken me all this time to realize. Here we go. Take my soul. I take my soul down to the river. Yep. Hold my head. Hold my head up. Down to my head up to the sky. Here we go. Hold my head up sky. When they come asking, they ask me why. Hold my head. Hold my head up to the sky. Keep it going. 'Cause I've been down that road before, and it goes round and round. So take my money, take my car, take my status, take my wage, take my future, take my name. I'ma keep my heart, I'm gonna take my soul down to the river. Hold my head up to the sky. One more time, let's bring it home. Take my soul down to the river. Hold my head up to the sky. See if you can find one note. One last time. That's fun. Thank you. Nice resonance, nice vibrations. Thanks.
Oh, I love that song. Okay, closing affirmations. If you'd like to stand and repeat after me. This is coming from that book by Heidi Hunt that I mentioned. Every attuned breath is a love letter to the planet. Laughter spreads faster than a yawn. A simple act of kindness can uplift an entire community. The ripple effect isn't metaphysical, it's physics. And so it is. Thank you all.